takes, and David Seaman's caught off his line, and Brazil take the lead.
Simunic, I'm certain, was yellow carded earlier on, and Graham Paul has forgotten about it.
And Nikita's got himself into trouble, and it is no surprise.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the World Cup Dump Truck special edition, a bit Spursy podcast. We are back, and we are in full 3D. Like Avatar. I'm Barney.
I'm Dan.
I'm Indi.
I'm Matt.
And together we're
high five.
Yeah. To our Australian listeners, you're welcome. To anyone else, they are a children's entertainment group that is owned by the Packer Enterprise.
Number one.
Number one
family in Australia.
Yeah.
Are they broadcasting the World Cup?
Channel 9? It's SBS.
There you go.
So the answer's no.
Yeah.
That's a scoop.
No.
There's a scoop.
That's a scoop.
That's one for the Packers.
So I guess where we left last time, Indy, you had been spending most of the episode lying about having gone to a World Cup.
Yeah.
You admit that you were lying?
I was lying. I was lying, and I've thought about it for a week, and I feel bad.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, that's not that's not our intention. Matt, you were obsessed with the nicknames of teams.
Mm-hmm. I was, remain, forever will be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Dan, you were very patient.
Yeah, I was very patient. I think a part of me felt guilty for anyone who normally listens and wants some sort of football knowledge.
Yeah.
So we better pepper in some little details
Yeah.
to bring them back to I guess, offset like carbon emissions in these lies.
Wow. I cause climate change. it sounds like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dan, I would just like to, as a sports fan, I think if I had to use a sentence to describe myself, I would say I live, breathe, and eat sports. So
Eat sports?
Yeah, I eat sports.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say thank you for doing that, for keeping us on track, because I was also getting really pissed off a couple of times with Indy's contributions.
You were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Angry.
Really, it was frustrating me quite a lot.
Well, get ready for today's episode.
Because
You are going to absolutely, your brain's going to explode
my
with
brain's
anger.
going to explode?
Yeah.
With anger?
Yeah, with anger.
Oh, so
There's going to be that many lies.
Oh no.
But I will pepper in some truth.
Oh, that'll
That's
keep
the
it
fun.
interesting.
So what is that game? 2 truths and a lie?
Ooh.
Yeah, but mine's a million lies and one truth.
And no truth.
And no truths. But maybe there might be a truth.
Do we know where we're at in terms of the teams that we were given and their current standings? Everyone's getting their phones.
Yeah, I totally am aware
I'm
of
going to
mine.
probably politely ask to look at Dan's laptop.
I would love to look at Dan's.
Yeah.
Because I know one thing.
Yep.
All I know is that Ghana beat South Korea. That is all I know.
I do know one thing about Ghana versus South Korea is the Ghana player took a selfie with the crying South Korea player.
I know that too.
Yeah.
Because
I
that was
love
in the
that.
group chat that we have in here.
Yeah. So this is where I'm getting most of my knowledge from. I'm not going out of my way.
I like that. It is if you waited for someone else to put something in the group chat and then bring it up here first.
Yeah. I put that
I
in
got
there.
it.
How dare you?
I got it. It's mine.
How dare you? Yeah, that's right. The coach of Ghana took a photo of Son Heung-min.
Nice,
You
man.
put it in the group
Do you
chat.
run a Tottenham Hotspur podcast by any chance?
Yep. Yep, I do. All
right.
But right now, it's my off season.
Okay.
So I can't say any of the players' names.
You can't say the players' names on off season.
Yeah, no. Contractually, I tried. Son Heung-min, who plays for Spurs, was crying at the end of the game, as he's wont to do. Obviously,
Is that because you know how a lot of players have their signature thing they do, take their shirt off, they punch that corner pole, etc. Is his that he just weeps?
Yeah, so you know how Cristiano Ronaldo has that like zoo thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonny just has
Or what's that? What is something about Marseille? Is that a thing?
Marseille?
Is that a thing?
What?
I saw there was some French guy who did that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen people do it.
Yeah, right. And they bang their hands
I
together.
don't think I did it right because I did 2 in the pink, 1 in the stick.
and screamed Marseille.
Marseille is where they're from, presumably, like the French city.
Very sexual people. So that
They're a horny bunch.
yeah. So yeah, South Korea were sadly knocked out, which has been sad for me.
Are they knocked out?
No, they're not fully knocked out.
They can get by on goal difference.
They need to beat Portugal.
Mm.
And then, I think if they beat Portugal, they can get through.
The selection, I believe they're known as.
So the
selection.
Yeah, that's them. That's my boys.
They're actually my team.
Yeah, but I know their nickname, so
Yeah, okay.
They automatically become yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can claim any team if you know.
If I know, I can claim any one. if I know their nickname.
Oh my
Do you know what
Danny
my
Boy,
nickname is?
Indy.
So we've both been claimed.
Claimed.
Wow.
Beefus. Done.
Yeah. If anyone calls me Beefus, I have to do everything they say. That's how it works. Was there a book that doesn't matter?
Wrong podcast. Mate.
Yeah, wrong podcast. So Dan, how are your teams going?
They're going okay. I've been driving back from Adelaide. I don't really know what's happened the last game or two.
This is going to be a hell of a
Yeah.
This is wow.
Really,
This
really
is
rely on you.
really good.
We really rely
I
on
know,
you.
Yeah.
I know, and I forecast this would say keep things on track with some football knowledge. I've probably got the least at the moment.
Whoa. All right.
I know Qatar are out. I think.
And you know what? I'm surprised by that.
I'm
I
really am. I
stunned,
really thought they were
bro.
going to go all the way to the end.
Well, didn't you? Someone predicted they
Top
That
prediction.
was me. I really
number
thought there was
one.
going to be some interesting calls come up.
Yeah.
Maybe some money under the table, and they were going to go straight through the
Oh,
finals.
do you
But
think there was going to be money under the table?
I really did. I mean, there was already so much money on the table that maybe the rug was too high already. That they
Yeah.
couldn't put any more under.
Right.
That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
just thought they were going to get lucky.
And that. So I'm actually really sad about that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure they would have tried to pay off someone. at
I
some
thought you
stage.
meant just try in general. Just
I'm
try
sure
and play
they
the
tried.
game well.
Well, they've also been preparing for this for a very long time. I think I heard something the other. They've been prepping like their team because they're so bad. They're never in any other competitions.
Oh.
But for whatever reason, they've been able to play in like I think like a South American Cup. They were allowed to play in that. Did you?
The Copa.
I think it was at some stage they were allowed to play in some like tournament for South American countries.
I think they have like countries they invite every time it's on. Like we're invited.
Oh, but is it
next
like
time.
is it like that kid who invites everyone in his class to birthday parties?
'Cause he doesn't have any
one or
friends.
two shows up, you know, and they're like, please,
And only guitar shows up.
and only guitar
Guitar
shows,
shows
up.
up.
Oh no, sorry, I had it twisted. I thought guitar was inviting,
Oh no.
or
Yeah.
inviting themselves, which would be even sadder.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think-
that was it.
I reckon it's more like there's a kid well liked, and then that kid's parents are like, you need to invite Qatar.
Yeah.
I
His
really like
parents-
Qatar's
His parents are our friends.
Yeah.
And your dad has to do a very important deal with them.
Yeah, and you need to invite Qatar over.
And you better play with him.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? I'm dropping the mask. I don't know anything about soccer.
What? What?
I thought I was the only
I'm
one.
doing
Oh
it.
my
I'm doing
God.
it. I'm dropping it. What does FIFA stand for?
I think it's the like Federation International Football Association.
Okay, cool. So
Can I
there's
just
no-
say that's one thing I do know about is I've been looking into the politics of the FIFA Federation because
Oh.
I'm very interested in that. But I know it probably has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about.
I think
No.
I can't say that.
No, say it, please.
I just want to flag that last pod, Matt, you said, I call soccer football, and if anyone calls it,
They're a devil.
they're, yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm a devil, baby. Horns up.
Horns up.
Horns up. That's Lady
Horns up.
Gaga's thing.
Thank you for telling me.
You're trying to get on side with India again.
Horns up, little monsters.
Lady Gaga's a woman. India is a woman.
Woman.
This could
I
work.
don't
This could
not
work.
know much about football.
Well-
This is going well.
Feeling good. Did say I owned her earlier.
Yeah.
Should probably pull back a little.
And also two in the pink, one in the stink, Marseille.
I did.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
I stand by that one.
What are we, 5 minutes in already?
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
already happened?
Yeah.
I'm running hot.
Yeah, you are.
You actually got aircon in here, Dan?
Yeah,
I really
I'm
wish that we
boiling.
did.
Yeah.
I really wish that we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
lads. Hey, we're not sweating as much as the bloody players.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah,
That
they
is
don't have
true.
aircon in Qatar.
Yeah. I mean, they do.
Oh, they've got air-conditioned stadium.
Yeah.
Air-conditioned stadium.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah. That's one of the lies.
Yeah. That's what got you. But I admitted that one.
Yeah, true. So that
So
makes it the truth, I
That
guess.
makes the truth, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to admit the other ones. You're going to find them yourselves.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so just to clarify, FIFA stands for
Oh.
Federation International Football Association.
Sweet as.
I'd love to hear your thoughts, Indy, on the politics. You know, you're very qualified for that.
Thank you.
Master. What have you found out about the politics?
So it's really interesting the way they structure it. So there's the executive committee, which I believe is made up of 24 people, and then there is the I think it's the Congress, which is made up of 241 people, I think. And back in the 80s, the Congress and the Executive Committee had to decide together on who gets to win the World Cup. But then in the 90s, when corruption started to really breed its ugly head, I've been reading a lot. Question from the crowd.
Sorry, you did say they get to decide who wins the World Cup.
Sorry, my mistake. Who gets to where the next World Cup is going to be held?
I see.
Wins the bid to host.
Wins the
to
bid.
host
Thank
the
you.
World
Wins
Cup.
the
Fantastic,
bid to
very
host.
Okay.
So it was the Congress and the Executive Committee that had to vote altogether. But in the 90s, they decided that the Congress no longer had the rights to vote, and it was just the Executive Committee. So all the power was sitting in the hands of 24 people, which bred all the corruption, which obviously eventuated to now Russia and Qatar World Cup, which is they've tried to breed it out. But I've been reading a lot about Jack Warner, who has received the most amount of bribes under the table. Well, publicly, that's been come out.
So, publicly, he just takes bribes.
It's very well known.
Right.
Yes.
And there's a documentary FIFA Uncovered on Netflix which goes through all of this. But the flaw in their system is that with all the 241 or whoever, all countries have like an equal vote. Which means Jack Warner is representing like the Caribbean. And there's a whole bunch of small countries there that each have sort of like he carries like 24
Clever
votes
man.
or something with whoever he
He
goes
has a lot
for.
of power.
There you go.
A lot of
Yeah.
power.
Right, so he can take the most. And are people saying, "Hey, I've bribed Jack Warner"? Like it's that public, or that would be great.
People have got
That
Well,
feels
they-
silly
they-
to me. That feels if I was going to do some bribing, I wouldn't do it.
Well, it's more like
that.
they take them out and they wine and dine them and give them a good holiday experience
Right,
in
in
that
the
country.
Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
Beautiful.
And they also give them like $10 million.
Great. Yeah, that's a good sweetener.
Well, maybe.
If-
maybe not. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well,
Allegedly.
they caught one of the guys, Chuck Blazer, who
Yes.
is the American.
Chuck Blazer?
These
Chuck
guys
Blazer.
are awesome.
They
They're
got-
real. They're real people.
They caught him, and he basically became their rat.
Chuck Blazer, the rat.
Yeah, everything
I
went
wouldn't
to him.
take Chuck Blazer
Like
for a rat.
Yeah.
Nah, I thought Chuck Blazer was a real one. You know.
Chuck Blazer, not a rat.
Chuck Blazer, man, that guy. I think he'd get him out, maybe get him a bit drunk, maybe he'd spill a couple of details, but he'd wake up and be like, "Oh, what did I say?" You know. I don't think
Yeah.
he'd be willingly a snitch. I
No,
think he'd be a fool, a patsy.
Well, they got him on like tax evasion for years and years and years.
Right. Okay.
And they're like, well, we're either going to put you in jail forever, or you can tell some stuff about FIFA.
Ooh, good bargain.
It was the FBI who went after him.
And that stands for
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Wow.
Or female body inspector.
I like that
Yeah, I
joke.
like that
I
one
like
too.
that
I
joke.
like-
That's a funny. I'd wear that on a shirt.
Yeah, good. I'm going to get you that shirt.
You should put that on a shirt.
I should put that on a
Oh,
t-shirt.
that's great,
That would be
yeah.
really funny.
If
and cool.
either of you say tomorrow you found out, and Dan, though I think I know your answer, Dan, and you were on the FIFA committee,
Mhm.
and
Very plausible.
very plausible. And one of these, one of these wheeler dealers, Chuck Blazer, Jack Warner,
I want a name
James
like
Packer.
the Spruce Moose, like whoever's
that.
coming.
Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. They're coming up and they're saying, why don't you come for a little holiday, right? I'll wine and dine you. I'll also give you $10 million, but you have to vote for who I say you will vote for in the FIFA World Cup. Would you take it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heartbeat.
So in.
Yeah.
In a
And
heartbeat.
So
Dan?
in.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Couldn't
yeah.
stop me.
Okay.
I'd do it.
Mm.
I see. When I said I think I know Dan's answer, I thought you'd be like, no.
I'm
Can I-
full of surprises as well,
Yeah,
Barney.
yeah, wow.
I can be corrupted.
We can all be corrupt.
We can all be corrupted.
It's human nature, mate.
Not me.
Barney, yeah, what would you do? if
I
you
have
were
a
in that
code of
situation?
ethics that I need to follow.
No, you don't.
Also, Barney, Jack Warner is a very powerful guy. Like when South Africa were bidding for it, he got Nelson Mandela to come to Trinidad and Tobago on like a trip. And Nelson Mandela was very old and very sick,
Mm.
but he got him to basically come. And it's like, well, if you want some votes for to host the World Cup, maybe you want to come and pretend like you're my friend in my hometown,
Mm.
get a few photos.
He got Demando.
Yeah, he
Mm.
got Demando.
He got to Mando.
And he also got the Mandalorian
Yeah.
in the Caribbean.
What?
He also sold out his sons when they got caught.
Oh man, this guy's a bit of a
Oh,
scumbag, isn't
whoa.
he?
That's what it takes to be on the FIFA Executive
Yeah.
Committee.
Yeah.
You gotta be ruthless.
Yeah.
You gotta have zero
Ruthless.
roof.
Yeah.
Zero Ruth.
Can't
Zero
even
Ruth. Beta Ginsburg.
You gotta have no
Zero-
review.
no RGB.
0% RBG.
0%.
0%.
I do want to say also the FIFA, their headquarters is based in Switzerland.
Ah,
So
neutral
they're
territory.
yes, and especially with the banking laws there, they're able to get away with a lot. So I'm sure there's quite a lot of money that is unaccounted for, and who knows how much is from bribes, really.
Yeah. I don't really understand. So I know, obviously, everyone knows about the Switzerland neutrality thing where they are like, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to
don't-
say anything about what's in my bank.
And then they've also
No.
got these banks that, from Bond films, it's always like,
exclusively.
wowee, there is a spa in that vault that people are going, wow. But
What Bond films are you watching?
The man with a spa in his box.
yeah, have you not seen that one? It is really good.
Crazy. Right. What happens in that spa will thrill you.
And that's the whole 2.5 hours?
Yeah. No, climax. A lot of it's figuring out about the spa.
The spa only features for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Ah.
But it's punchy.
Yeah.
It's punchy.
That's right.
Hits you at the
It
end.
might actually not have been James Bond. It might have been. What's the film where Leo makes out with Joanna Lumley on a park bench?
Oh.
Is that a real film?
You mean not Leo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
And Joanna Lumley.
Oh, Catch Me If You Can.
Catch me if you can. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. He
Oh,
got
and
it.
she's older.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah.
And it's controversial because it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
And he's younger, man.
Younger.
It's
Yeah,
very
controversial.
unusual. Very unusual.
Anyway, what I was interested in, like, what are the laws around the bank? Like, is it at this kind of libertarian state? Like, what I've always thought of Switzerland as this kind of like, we don't really fight.
I think they're just non-confront. They just stay
Yeah.
out of everyone's way. They're like, we do our thing, you do your thing. So then people come there and they're like, hey, we'll give you money, you look after it. They're like, sweet, we'll take heaps of your money.
I also
So
wonder
they
how
win.
accurate that is. Like, I feel like there's got to be some instances where they're like, you know what, we'll give you some details.
So it is quite hard to open a Swiss bank account, just in general.
And
can't-
you are saying that having tried.
I've had 3.
Whoa.
Oh, you've
And
actually
they've
had
all been
three.
shut. They've all been closed.
Why? Why'd they get closed?
I wasn't putting any money in them. I wasn't good for their business.
Oh my God.
No, it is very hard to open a Swiss bank account because technically, I think you either need to be a resident or have a business through the country or through a trust of somehow. So you can't just sign up.
I was going to say, that actually doesn't sound that hard.
Well, you try, Dan.
No,
No,
but-
you try and then get back to me and
No,
see how
sorry.
hard it is.
I just thought there'd be much more of like a vetting process that was going to go through it rather than you just have to say have a business there.
And next week, Dan will have a business in Switzerland.
Also, if you had 3.
Yeah, so I've got 3 different businesses.
And they are.
Okay.
They are nail salon,
Right.
they are butcher,
Krispy Kreme.
and Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
So are they called-
Franchise.
Yeah, franchise.
So
it's
the
a
names
franchise.
of them are Nail Salon, Butcher, and Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. I like to just straight down the line. It's what you see, it's what you get.
Wow.
We don't need any fancy advertising
Yeah.
in Switzerland.
Now, I do have a question. This is a soccer podcast, is it not?
Yeah.
Great. That was my question.
So is Qatar the only team that is out of the World Cup?
Yeah, I've got a feeling that's the case.
That's really funny
God,
considering
brutal.
they are hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now they can just kick back and relax.
Oh, finally.
Oh,
Enjoy the festivities of the World Cup.
Everything.
Have a beer.
Yeah, have a beer.
Have a beer.
Wow. You know, actually, one thing that I was fascinated by was, you know how Budweiser were like, well, we spent 100 and whatever million to sponsor the World Cup. And now I guess we're going to give it to the winning team, you know, blah, blah. And then there's also been all this pressure on players and coaches to sort of speak out and protest the World Cup. But at the end of the day, I was thinking as I was watching it with the digitized like billboard, placard, whatever they're called, like all these brands are like the players aren't spending millions of dollars into the Qatari economy. Like they're playing there.
Yeah.
In a World Cup.
Yeah.
Whether these corporations like McDonald's is one that's featured really heavily, or Budweiser have like directly funded this regime, and they've copped no heat, or maybe they have, but not nowhere near the same amount as like the individual players. Yeah.
I can't speak to that because I'm not allowed to say anything that discredits my sponsors.
Yeah.
So
You have sponsors.
yeah, I'm just going to back out of
Who
it.
are
Yeah,
your sponsors?
Who are your sponsors?
McDonald's.
and Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Yeah.
Nike.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas.
Will.i.am is a direct sponsor of mine.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, you're sponsored as a
consultant.
They sponsor consultants?
All those brands sponsor consultants.
I'm a sponsored consultant. I work in a sponsored consultative role.
You are actually wearing all Nike, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think you are. I
Actually,
think you
I'm
are.
I'm trying to get you guys
And
a
you,
sponsorship.
you were eating McDonald's when you came in earlier.
Yeah, I was eating McDonald's. I was drinking a Coke. I was and a Budweiser same time.
Yeah.
Listening to Will.i.am.
I was loudly.
Yeah.
Might I add? I was using his app. I was using Will.i apps. I took photos of all you guys. Made you all look like you were with Will.i.am, unbeknownst to you. I'm hoping, Dan, and I was actually going to corner you about this after the podcast. I was hoping you could maybe pop him in.
Yeah. just Photoshop him in.
Yeah, just put him in just behind us here, just going.
But wait, we can't use the app for that.
I can get an API for you. We can try and rig that up. Him and I, again, it's a consultative role. We're tight. I can try and make that work.
Can I just so Matt, you asked the question, is this not a football podcast? And then I asked a question, serious question, and then you filled the air with your asinine bullshit.
So I don't actually remember hearing any asinine bullshit.
Yeah.
I remember hearing some clear. I remember thinking 3 words. I'm loving it.
Or maybe just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Do it.
Those are 3 of the other words. I think.
Yeah.
I think 6 words.
And what's the Budweiser one?
This bud's for you.
This Bud's. Oh, great. Yeah.
That's
So
them.
3. So it's 3
That's
words
actually
again.
4. This bud's for you.
Yeah,
That's,
4
but
words.
I think that meshes with some of the other words.
Yeah.
It's a grand total of probably 15 words.
Okay,
Let's say
sure.
some of which are also tonight's going to be a good night.
Yeah. Cool.
So those are my main.
Sorry, just to go back on the actual sponsors and
Yeah.
how they haven't got any back.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And open happiness.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, of
Thank
course.
you.
Yeah, sorry, before we get over
sorry,
that.
that's important. Yeah.
That's amazing because even like Beckham has gotten backlash for being the face of it. I'm sure Budweiser got some backlash a little bit, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know if Budweiser.
Because I think it's more
but-
focusing on the fact that they're not allowed to sell alcohol in Qatar.
Yeah.
Not the fact that like you're even going there to help promote the World Cup. It's more like, oh, why would you do that?
It's like they've gone after more individuals, like Beckham, like the players, like those
Yeah.
sort of things. But Beckham's deal is bigger than I thought it was. That it's something like £150 million over 10 years that he's getting paid.
Over
to
10
promote this.
years.
That is
Yeah.
And so
heavy.
will he promote every World Cup over the next 10 years?
No,
or
so just for Qatar. He's promoting Qatar for 10 years.
For 10 years.
And he gets £15 million a year. So it's bigger than the 10 million that was sort of first floated about.
Yeah.
It's
That's
150
sizable.
million
Pounds,
15 million pounds a year, just to be like Qatar rules.
yeah, Qatar's pretty good.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't even have to be rules. It can be like Qatar. Check it out.
Yeah.
but Qatar is an authoritarian state, so it's got quite a lot of private money behind it.
Yes.
Because I was reading about the bid for Russia and Qatar and how much controversy there was, and especially going up against England, which is all publicly funded money. And then, of course, Russia and Qatar can back it up like, oh, yeah, we can build 16 stadiums. Absolutely no problem. We're going to put in $14 billion of our own money. Whereas England's like, we can probably spare maybe like $300 million and utilize our stadiums that we already have. So it's like they're already going to get a leg up instantly.
Which is wild, considering FIFA would prefer to build 14 brand new stadiums rather than use a country that already has the infrastructure to host it. Like,
Yeah.
It's mental.
It's good for jobs.
Oh,
that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
good for
Good
jobs.
Global economy.
Yeah, you got to think about that, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I forget to mention my other sponsor is Qatar.
Yeah, great. That everything has just synced.
Me
in
and
there.
Beckham have actually the same deal.
The same, you're
Same
getting
deal,
150 million over 10 years.
Yeah, 15 million.
Just as a consultant.
Yeah, sponsor consultant.
Yes.
Sponsor consultant.
Yeah,
And so far, all you've done is forgotten that you were sponsored by.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I was good at it. I just, they come to you.
Yeah. There's no
I got an
tracking.
email. And I replied. It was dicey.
Did you give them your bank account details?
Oh, all of them.
Okay.
All of them.
Yeah, with multiple banks.
Yeah, nice. Is there a Swiss bank in there?
No, I couldn't quite figure
Yeah.
it out. I slipped right through the cracks with
Yeah.
that one.
Wow,
That was no
okay.
good for me.
Damn. I think it's funny that David Beckham gets £15 million a year, and in the initial advertisement that comes out with him in it, he's like, "Well, I've got a stopover in Qatar." Like he's not even come there on purpose.
I didn't choose to come to this country.
Yeah.
But now I'm here. I'll promote it.
Yeah, I guess I'll promote it. I got a bit of time, so I'll fill it.
I haven't
Like,
actually seen. Is there an ad where he says that?
he says stop over. In Qatar.
It's a bad angle. Did you guys see that one where there were these two guys who you guys know that brand of water called Liquid Death?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Have you seen this video?
Yeah.
They Jamie,
Oh.
get this up.
I'm thirsty
They
now.
get
What
these.
is-
They
yeah.
get these two guys who commented online, and they were like, "Liquid Death is the worst tasting water in the world. It tastes like shit. It's dumb. It's shit. I hate it." And then they got them into a studio, wired them up to tasers, made them taste all these brands of water, and they were like, "If you pick the worst tasting water, if it's Liquid Death, we'll give you $1,000. If it's anything else, we'll taser you."
Oh, this is good.
So, in a similar way, David Beckham, they stumbled, and then they both got tasered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in a similar way,
This is a
David
weird-
Beckham happened across Qatar and was like, "This is actually all right." Turns out I was wrong.
That's a terrible analogy that you connected
Yeah.
together.
Wait, so he's not getting tasered?
So in this situation,
What I
David
mean, bad. It's bad.
David Beckham is
Bad.
not getting tasered. He's getting £15 million.
And there's no water being tasted by David Beckham.
Yeah,
Terrible.
yeah.
Wait, so he is or isn't getting tasered?
In this situation, David Beckham is not getting tasered, but in the same way as the people in the video, he stumbled across a product he liked.
Did
right,
he
okay.
have
With
to
that
go
being
to other
Qatar.
countries and test other countries?
In my head came
And is
yes.
Liquid Death Qatar.
Oh, is that Qatar?
Yeah, and honestly, fair.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of
And
fitting.
you're being sponsored
And
by
I'm
Yeah.
them.
being sponsored by
Yeah.
them, but I'm not good at it. So
Mhm.
Are you getting tasered?
currently, yes.
I have one of those plugs like in the Matrix.
Yeah,
Straight in the
yeah,
back of the
Jackie,
head.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm live wired right now,
Could
but
have
I've
one of
learned to
those-
cope.
You could have one of those anal beads from chess.
Yes,
The-
exactly.
The
Oh,
tasering
yeah.
version.
Which I used to cheat on podcasts.
Who is the Qataris on the other side?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they-
brailing me. Gags.
Brailing.
Railing, not Morse code.
Brailing.
So it's moving, and the inside of your
I have a
rectum is-
chart inside of my
yeah.
colon
Yeah, yeah.
that it rubs up against.
Brilliant.
It's groundbreaking Qatari technology developed in Qatar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
By
the greatest
Qataris.
nation. The greatest nation
Yeah.
there is.
Wow, you've really turned me around.
Just do it.
Just do it. Let's get it started. I love the idea of this brand being like, oh, so you guys, you were commenting on the internet saying you don't like our water. Well, how about this? Come into this warehouse, taste our water, and if you say it's actually pretty good, we'll shoot you in the head.
Or $1,000.
Yeah. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,000 is way more of an opportunity than being shot in the head.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'll do that.
Liquid death. Awesome.
Tell me you wouldn't click that video.
I would.
I would.
Yeah.
I would click
Yeah,
it.
I
I
would.
would click it.
Yeah,
Mm.
you click that video.
I also
Can-
want to try Liquid Death because I've only seen it, but I've never
We're
tried
not.
it.
Can I just mention none of us are sponsored by Liquid Death, whereas some of us are sponsored by Coca-Cola Open Happiness. So
yeah.
maybe we could turn the conversation towards that a little bit more. Is all I'm saying.
You are wearing the national colours of Coke.
The national colours of Coke.
The red for the normal Coke, the grey for the Diet
Diet.
Coke, and then you've got the black,
Black
there
for
for
zero.
Coca Sugar.
Zero.
Your
Actually,
zero, yeah.
And the shirt is also quite Qatari as well. It's
Yep.
very
Do
similar
you
to their
feel?
colour.
Do you feel Qatari?
I feel Qatari. I feel McDonald's.
Yeah.
I feel Coca-Cola today. I feel Budweiser. And
Wow.
I feel Nike.
Wow.
What about
Wow.
Big Will?
Sorry,
Big Will?
Big Will.
Will I am? You don't feel
Oh.
Will I am?
Do you
Oh, I'm so sorry. I only know him as Will I Am. I can only think of it when I imagine the punctuation. It's-
Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Will.I.am. For those who are not sure. It's not will-I.am. It's not a bloody website.
No. Oh, is that what it's called in a website?
Well, I don't know. It could be like will-I.am.
It would be very confusing if his website was will-I.
I don't know if his website is will.I.am.com.
Okay, yeah, it has to be that, surely.
Well,
But actually, no, that doesn't work. My knowledge of that wouldn't be a valid domain.
Well,
Right.
pull up the browser, type it in, see what it says.
I did say I'd Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
would
did actually.
say you would Google.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. It would be really great to actually get Will.i.am on the podcast. So if anyone out there listening is Will.i.am, just
No one else but Will I am.
Yeah, just get in contact.
Will.i.am takes you to.
Hold your breath.
Everyone, they say dead air's bad.
Our site runs on cookies. But there's my boy.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, it is actually. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's him.
Does he
And it's
sell or-
Will.amg, so I think it's a Mercedes thing as well, who I'm also actually sponsored by. I should have mentioned.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. You've really got a bit of an axis of evil going, don't you?
No, yeah, I'm pretty well connected.
Yeah. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, well, I thought that's what you meant. What else could you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's fine.
I haven't seen that Bond film.
Yeah, you have it. It's explained in that in like very specific detail.
James Bond and the Axis of Evil.
No, James Bond and
the man with the
the
folder.
scar in the vault.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There's
yeah,
like
sorry.
in there's a lecture on. The
I've only
axis
seen
of
clips.
evil. Yeah.
So it builds up, and then in the spa, it's basically a lecture about the axis of evil.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, there's all these like Bond girls all sitting there,
Oh,
and then
don't ruin
And
it
it's
for me. I
immersive,
still
by the
wanna
way. So
see
when
it.
you walk in, so
Yeah.
you're.
yeah,
all
it's
in
VR.
VR.
It's a VR.
Yeah.
And then you get in the spa, and they all go, ew, and then they all get out, and then this old professor slips in. He's nude, and then he starts giving a lecture on the axis of evil. So
Now, can I ask a question? I was given to understand this is a soccer podcast.
yeah,
Soccer.
soccer. Oh right, yeah.
Okay.
Little monsters.
The one thing, I mean, the big news really is that my team, never doubted them for a second. Australia can progress to the round of 16. It is possible if they beat Denmark or draw.
I think they got to beat Denmark.
Okay. All right.
And
I'm in a pickle now because I thought we were already in 16.
Sorry, draw.
Draw.
That's all they need.
Yeah.
All they need.
We're in 32 at the moment because we each have 8. Yeah, I got it.
Also known as the group stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, which
Yes.
is what I know it as. I didn't know what you were talking
You
about.
see, I know it as each have 8. That's what I know this round.
Are we still in each have 8?
Yeah.
We're still in each have 8. I'll be interested to see how many each have after this stage.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
It's going to be interesting.
Because each might have different number.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty likely.
It might be
Yeah.
each have 1, each have 4.
Some have 0.
Well, yes.
I don't want to be each have 0.
I don't want to be each have 0 because then game over.
Yeah.
Then you're not allowed back on next week.
Is it elimination?
elimination?
It's elimination.
Honestly,
Oh.
that would be
Oh.
pretty fun.
That's pretty fun.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Can I ask, do you think Denmark will beat Australia?
100%.
Oh, they will.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Well, that's sad.
think
That's
they
really
will.
sad.
I think. Do you think they will?
They will.
Yeah.
They will. They'll rinse. They'll absolutely rinse us.
Now, when you say rinse,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Yeah, define that.
So I mean, basically, we have played a game where we have
A game of
of football, soccer, where we've really scrubbed up for it. We've got suds on us.
And scrub?
Scrub. What I mean is, when you clean yourself in the shower.
Mhm.
Yep. You're aware of that? Good.
No.
No, I thought not.
No.
Is this a real question, Matt?
Yes. I'm also sponsored by Dove soap.
Oh, okay.
And of course, the tagline.
Just do it.
That's, I'm pretty sure, their policy on animal testing.
Yeah, it's actually not. I have some of their soap and it says we do not test on animals.
But they're also
Global.
owned by, is it
Unilever, I know. Yeah,
that,
you're right.
Yeah.
Who I'm a proud sponsor of.
You
Unilever.
sponsor them?
All my money's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
man.
To
Yeah.
Unilever.
I got
Oh,
so much
no.
cash flying around from all my sponsorships. I got to funnel it back somewhere.
Sorry.
Geez, that was a good time to just have a relax.
That's how you relax?
Drinking ice cold Coca-Cola.
And that's their new tagline.
Jeez, that's
Yeah,
a nice
it's
time
time
to
to
have a relax.
relax.
It's
Wow.
catchy.
Yeah, that is really
You're going to be
catchy.
seeing it everywhere.
Was I explaining rinsing?
So, yeah, Denmark is going to rinse Australia.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by rinse?
Yep. So I mean that they will beat us very comprehensively.
Okay, so we're talking 6-0.
No,
That seems, I don't know much, but that seems huge.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, when?
I've seen it happen.
I don't know whether I want to engage or not.
No, I saw a video where either Germany beat Brazil 7-1 or other way around.
No, Germany did beat Brazil 7-1 in Brazil to knock them out of the World Cup
There you go.
in 2014.
So Indiana, eat my shit.
All right. Yum.
Has
Also, Spain beat Costa Rica 7-0 in this one as well.
There you go. It can happen to anyone. Okay.
Anyone.
Anyone.
At any time.
Never happened to me. I've never had a game 7-1.
Well, keep your eye out because it could happen to anyone at any time.
You could get locked into a game you don't even realize you're playing, and then like that, I didn't click.
You put all the energy into click, but
Literally,
never
I went to try and do it, and my fingers just missed each other.
It knows you're on film. You're not allowed to click on film.
Yeah, can't click on film.
Show me how you click. You do.
Yeah, he can't click. He can't click.
I watched you do it on Dan's mic earlier. Okay, you can do it. I've played
Yeah, but
it.
it takes. It's got to get a run up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have a question. Is this a football podcast?
Yeah. Okay, so Denmark, they're going to rinse Australia. How are they going to do it? Strikers, defence, the triangle formation.
I'd love to hear more about the triangle
Yeah,
formation,
please fill us
actually.
in.
This is where players stand atop one another's shoulders.
Yes.
Oh, you were aware
I'm
of this
very
too.
familiar with
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
one.
we are
Yeah.
both across this one.
Yeah.
This is actually,
Yeah.
we've researched this together.
Wait, is this like the tomato festival in Spain? Like they build towers?
Very similar. It's easy to get confused.
Was born in Spain.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
went to the
They went to
The-
Stockholm right after.
right after.
Right after
Denmark
they-
did.
Denmark did.
Because Denmark went to Spain for
Yes.
the tomato
Festival and the running of the bulls.
And the running of the
They-
bulls.
It was a combined trip.
Yeah.
And during the running of the bulls, they realised because obviously the striker fastest man on the pitch, so they thought, run. They said to
Fastest man on the
Obviously.
pitch,
They
fastest
said to
man on the pitch.
themselves, we can't outrun these bulls.
We can't.
Yeah.
But you know who can? Our striker.
Striker.
So two men climbed the top.
On top of the shoulders.
Shoulders.
So we're on a triple stack, striker down the bottom.
And then there's still three men
Then-
running along
yeah.
behind and they're scared.
And you know who the second fastest person in the team is? The
the
goalie.
so he climbs up middle. He's on top. He stands astride the left and right shoulder
Yeah.
of the two people atop the striker. Two people. Now we've got a diamond.
Now we've got a diamond.
Now we've got a diamond. Striker, the fastest.
Striker fastest on the bottom.
Followed by the two defenders.
Two defenders on top.
Next fastest.
The goalie.
Goalkeeper,
The goalie.
Then the next fastest.
Fastest is obviously the referees.
So we've got a triangle formation, and that is what I think Denmark are going to
Yeah.
use to dominate Australia in much the same way that they dominated the Bulls in Spain at the running of the Bulls.
And tomatoes.
And tomatoes. Tomatoes being pelted at them at all angles, and yet the striker down the bottom, maintaining the weight. Tough job.
Tough job. Goalie up top, keeping the strong structure.
And let me ask you this, Indy, did a single person get gored by a bull?
Not
Not
one
once.
single person got gored by a bull.
And if they can't get gored by a bull, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can dodge a bull, you can beat a Socceroo.
Yeah, if you
That was like what a just wonderful descriptive. Can I just offer just one word of advice?
Yep.
None of that made any sense whatsoever.
Which bit?
So this is a soccer podcast?
Yeah, this
Yes.
is a soccer podcast.
Which bit didn't make sense? 'Cause I'm happy to. I might have got some details wrong, but I'm
Yeah, I
fairly
might
sure.
I might be misremembering.
You guys
a
are
couple of
hazy on
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a bit hazy on it.
Feels like to me.
No.
And I'm not like hazy, but like sometimes you just misremember stuff.
You also mentioned very early on about something about going to Stockholm in this.
Yes.
Yeah, when they went back from Spain, they went back to Stockholm.
Stockholm.
Why to Stockholm, though,
Yeah.
given that they're from Denmark?
They like to party.
Yeah.
Stockholm's the party central.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay. I
for
thought
those
it was
in
kind
the
of
know.
Berlin.
Yeah, for those.
Yeah.
For those in the know.
No one goes to Berlin anymore.
Oh,
Really?
dude.
Who
Am
is
I
this
out of
guy?
this?
What are
These
you,
guys.
2005?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought-
2005 called. They want Berlin
they
back.
want Berlin back.
Okay, well, guys, come on. I mean, I know things like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah, oh,
Okay, that's a
wow.
great book set in Stockholm,
Yeah, okay.
published in 2005.
By
So,
Stieg Larsson.
Yeah, there we go,
Yeah,
2005.
We're all aware of the Millennium Trilogy, all right?
yeah, okay.
You think you're smart, but you're shit.
I think you're on a different podcast.
Things have definitely taken a turn.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the heat of this room because what we're doing, listener at home, is we are trying to replicate the weather in Qatar,
Which is notoriously humid.
humid and hot, which is what we're experiencing right now.
No, I believe it's very dry in Qatar.
It's dry. It's dry. It's a desert.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
All right,
Yeah,
Google
yeah. It's not. I wouldn't say it's
it. Google it.
Is Qatar Humid or dry?
Say, is Qatar humid?
I'm just going to search
Can you-
Qatar weather.
Can you say, is Qatar the perfect climate for a football match?
I've just searched Qatar weather. Humidity 52%. Quite dry.
Yep, right now.
Yes,
'Cause
at
it's-
1 p.m. Middle of the day, mate.
Middle
it's
of the day.
winter there. It's winter there. Type in, is Qatar humid?
What is this going to prove?
I like to know, every night when I go to bed, I like to read Wikipedias of countries. Really helps me.
Qatar
nod
has a
off.
desert climate. The country experiences long summers from May to September, characterized by intense, dry heat, with temperatures rising above 45 degrees centigrade. Celsius.
Centigrade.
Winter temperatures are mild, but may fall below 5 degrees, and they mention nothing about humidity there.
Because humidity doesn't exist in Qatar.
It does. I know it does.
Hey,
You're determined to find it.
Yeah. I know
You
it
want to
does.
find the humidity?
Yeah.
listeners, if anyone knows of a pocket of humidity in Qatar,
let me know.
Right in as soon as possible.
Yeah, right. Send me a letter as soon as possible. I'm so outraged by that. To be honest, someone else take over. I'm gonna Google.
can we go hands in? Can we all get on the same page?
It's been a lot of animosity.
Yeah,
Back
they're
and
like,
forth.
I know. We've gotten hot. We've gotten bothered. There's been tech issues. Barney's
Yeah, he's not even engaging with us. We're trying to get back on the same page.
Barney, on 3, we're going to say open happiness, okay?
One,
He's Googling Qatar humid.
two,
I mean, I agree with the same thing.
3.
Open
happiness.
Okay.
Is that a Coke slogan?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Indy. It's so funny that you bring that up.
Yeah. Seems all you can talk about.
Well, no, I can talk about other things.
Dan, any of your teams played recently or won or lost?
So basically anything.
Yeah, anything to do with football and the World Cup.
My team's done anything. I like that it's like you feel like you've reached the point of taking it too far that now you need to bring it
I'm the one now who has to keep this on track. If Barney's not going to hold it, I have to. Yeah, he's on his phone.
Barney's checked out.
He is so determined to find the humidity in Qatar.
I don't know what you want to find. Like, are you looking for an oasis?
He's on Google Earth just looking around.
He's
for
going to
pockets of
page
humidity.
6 of Google to try and find the answer.
I found a great website called Wander Wisdom, which is written by a gentleman on May 24th, 2022, called Dave McClure. And Dave lived and worked in the GCC countries.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
GCC.
Yeah, Global Cop.
Gold Coast
Corporation.
Cops.
Gold Coast Cops, including UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Kuwait. And he had a great time, it says.
Get to where's the protein?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
mate?
where's-
Come on.
You're just reading people's blogs.
Again, page 6. If you can say one thing about Qatar's humidity, it has terrible SEO. It's not. It's not ranking.
Well, they've tried to scrub that.
All right, ready?
ready for this evidence.
Where I live in Doha, which is the capital of Qatar, it rains maybe 5 days each year, sometimes less. The other 360 days, obviously he's not counting leap years, tend to be sunny, and for the 6 months from mid-April to mid-October, downright hot. Let's get
Okay, I'm still not hearing.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Let's get the numbers out of the way. From June to August, daytime temperatures around 45 degrees centigrade are normal, with occasional heat waves peaking up to 50 degrees from mid-August through September, as the fierce summer temperatures slowly drop from searing to merely roasting. The humidity ramps up to compensate, making it feel even hotter. The average humidity is 71%. Pretty humid, if you ask me.
You had to find someone's personal blog to confirm that humidity.
I wanted eyes on the ground.
I just say during that asinine bullshit. It was so sad to watch Indy ask Dan a question and just watch the point where Dan just put down his iPad. And just knew, yeah. The train has left the station.
Like we're not going to stop until Barney finds the H word somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. And he found it.
I'm done now. I'm sated. So please continue.
Can I just say though, 78% humidity is high.
71.
71,
Oh,
sorry.
that's a different story.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what I was thinking
That's
then. I
low.
redact my comment.
That's low.
It's actually not high.
That's low.
What humidity do we have here normally?
In this room? 100.
400.
Yeah.
I think usually, I don't know. I don't actually know. Measurements of humidity are completely.
It's all right, guys.
thrown
I'll Google it.
All right,
And I'm
cool.
not going to stop until I find it.
me. While you're googling that, Indy, Dan, has anything happened with any of your teams?
Do we really care?
I honestly
I know,
do.
I know,
I would
actually,
like to
yeah.
talk about.
I'm
this a
desperate to
little
get
bit.
onto this. Yeah.
Bits and pieces.
Dan,
All right,
Man,
and that humidity
come
you're reading.
I'm trying to work. I can't remember my teams. Germany have drew with Spain. Germany are not doing well. They've
Yep.
only got 1 point after 2 games.
There you go.
That's not very good.
And that's
for Germany.
unexpected.
That is unexpected.
And they're one of
unexpected.
mine.
No, they want to mine.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yep.
That's what
But
I-
Spain,
Mhm.
who are one of yours,
Mhm.
they drew with Germany, and
Uh-huh.
they're top of the group on
Yes.
4 points.
Mm.
That's my boys.
So that's your boys.
That's my boys. Yes, the mighty.
All right, guys. Humidity
Arroyo.
in
Arroyo.
Australia. Humidity in Australia is averages around 30%.
There you go.
So
Wow.
extremely low.
Barney,
Wow.
That's very humid.
Yeah, thank
Very
you.
humid.
Thank you.
That's
Very
very humid in
humid.
Qatar.
I knew I was correct when I read Wikipedia pages before I go to sleep to calm myself down. I knew I had facts.
Do you read a Wikipedia page now to calm yourself down?
Maybe I will. Which country?
Do you only do countries?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I like reading because the editing's always
neutral.
funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's always like some little subjective comments peppered in there that you're like, that's based on nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in, like, something's the best, or it's the
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, or something weird, or like, why have you included this? This paragraph's only 300 words, but you're mentioning like the fact that the zucchinis are big.
I think that merits a mention.
That's valid.
I think
Is
that's-
it?
It's valid in
Oh,
regards to
all right.
humidity.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm the bad guy. Am I?
Can I just say, I'd recommend in the wake of this World Cup, or in the wake of any sort of controversy in this World Cup, immediately get on the person at the centre of the controversy's Wikipedia page and just refresh,
Yeah.
because you will get some funny edits.
There's been
promise
some
ya.
great ones on the Australian player that scored.
Mitchell Duke.
Yeah, have you the
Ah,
revisions on
Dukey.
that? Pretty good.
Yeah, were people stoked or were people anti?
No, very stoked.
Yeah, good. It was
Yeah.
just like Mitchell Duke. He's a bloody legend.
He's dead set legend.
Dead set legend.
It was mostly every time you refreshed it, it was just like there were just different typos because people were
Yeah,
just
okay.
like mashing their keyboards, so excited about Duke.
Yeah, you want to find one for a ref.
Mm.
You want to find one for a
Or
ref or an
Anthony
official
Taylor.
of any kind.
Anthony Taylor, we should look that up.
Oh,
You know whose Wikipedia would have looked amazing? Would have been, what's his name? Gianno Infantini?
Infantino. Yeah.
Infantino. That would have looked because I mean the edits there are
Mm.
obvious. The day after he gave that speech, like
Oh.
straight away, you
There
just
would have been a
gotta get
section
on
on
there.
everything he feels.
You got to be there straight away because it's probably like Gianno Infantini. Infantino is a, FIFA
President?
FIFA president. Blah blah blah. He is also a
also-
Qatari, gay,
African, disabled.
migrant worker.
He had
Good.
red hair.
I wonder what his name Infantino means.
Baby boy.
Is it baby a diminutive of infante?
Where is he?
Oh no, it's just Italian, but from Sicily. But I was thinking it would be like it translates as like baby boy or
I
something.
think it would. Did you search etymology?
No, I didn't.
Search Infantino etymology.
Is he actually Italian?
We're googling, so we can find that out.
Italy didn't get into the World Cup, Indy, and what are your thoughts on that?
That makes me really sad.
Okay. For what reasons?
Because it feels like now the World Cup is not going to have any pasta involved in the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And up until now, I'm sure you and I would agree, there has been every 4 years, it's kind of been about the pasta.
Yeah, it's been about the pasta. What's Italy bringing to the World Cup this year? Is it ravioli?
Is it
tortellini?
creamy?
Is it
Tomato?
Tomato
What are they
based?
doing?
Will Nonna come and do it in front of us?
Mm.
Not this year.
Not this year. It's a different
No one can carbo load before the
Swiss
game.
Italian.
Swiss Italian.
Swiss Italian.
Born in Switzerland. It's a very Italian name.
It is.
But he's born in Switzerland.
I'm going to do the etymology.
Okay.
We've got so many researchers on this podcast.
I don't know. See, when we're all on Zoom, we could all kind of do this in the background.
Yeah, I can share screen.
I've just searched the word etymology with no. So I can't tell you what that is.
no one's found photos of Stephen Bergwijn's butt. on the
Oh
show.
no! I wish I found that though.
Yeah. Mm.
Please.
Oh well.
Oh, it just means it's for a much loved child, a small child, a
Oh,
child
it's like
of God.
that baby you thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's baby
Yeah.
related, yeah.
It's definitely baby related. Have you heard? Do you know of the word infant?
No.
Allow me to talk you through it.
Yeah, please.
I N.
You're going to talk me through the word.
M2.
And listeners,
Ah.
this is was trailing off into a bonus episode content. It's 3 hours, downloadable from the Spursy website. Here we will continue with the game.
Are we?
What
I
game?
don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah,
on the
it's
podcast.
very hot.
I have gone stir crazy.
Yeah,
In honestly the best possible way. I'm having a great time.
yeah.
Well, you've got so many sponsorships, you know, it would send you crazy.
Well, the longer I can be on the pod, the more money I get is the thing.
Really?
Mm.
Well, yeah, because the longer it goes, the more airtime I can give to my guys.
I thought you were going to say to mama.
Airtime I can give to mama. To mama Coca-Cola.
Mama Coca-Cola.
I love that all those brands have gone, you know where we need to put you. It's first podcast.
All in one.
Where's your biggest reach? Where do you get your biggest listenership?
UK.
UK. Go out to your local Greggs and get yourself a Coca-Cola.
Local Greggs.
Is Greggs a store?
Yeah, and also
Fuck you.
Oh, I'm the bad guy, am I?
and also the US is the second.
Yeah, go to 7-Eleven and get yourself a Coca-Cola.
Is 7-Eleven a store?
So that's for you guys. But that was West Coast.
Oh, do East Coast.
Hey,
Great.
get yourself a Coca-Cola here.
From?
From Times Square.
Good.
Good.
That's
Good.
Do you know how much money just went into my pocket?
How much?
$4 billion.
What?
I just made $4 billion, man.
So Qatar just paid you. Oh no, Coke did.
God damn, come on, man.
I'm just trying to see where the Qatar sponsorship is coming in. That's all.
Oh, I can't talk that much about that. That's under the table.
They're paying you not to talk.
They're
about-
paying me not to talk about Qatar.
So you know stuff about Qatar.
Oh, I know stuff that will make your skin crawl.
Right, okay. That's worse than sort of what's
Yeah,
publicly...
what's already publicly out there?
Yeah.
How did you get this information?
They just said, they just told me there's this guy Chuck Blazer, right? There's a Qatari equivalent of him.
Uh-huh.
He got a bit tipsy. He told me some stuff. Then he was like, "I'll give you a bajillion dollars if
Yeah.
you don't mention any of the skin crawling behavior to anyone else."
Yeah, right.
And I said, "Chuck, brother,
Mm.
you got it."
So it was Chuck Blazer was over there.
A Qatari equivalent of Chuck Blazer. I cannot make that distinction clear enough.
Yeah, okay, so it wasn't Chuck Blazer.
No,
Yeah,
allegedly.
allegedly not. A Qatari equivalent.
Equivalent.
What does that even mean? How are they equivalent?
They act the same.
Right. Okay.
In the same way that you could say, I don't know, name a celebrity from the US.
Brad Pitt.
Great. Russell Crowe, the Australian equivalent.
That's not even close.
Okay.
This is worse than that metaphor you made earlier.
With another one. Britney Spears, Australian equivalent, Nikki Webster.
Oh.
Closer.
I would say Kylie Minogue.
Okay, but I think I was getting closer.
Sorry, is this a football podcast?
Yeah, no, it is. So what's going on with everyone's teams?
Lions of Taranga, what are they up to? Check it
Yeah,
out for
yeah,
me,
check it.
Matt.
I know
So-
South Korea lost, which was one of my teams.
Yeah, that's good. That was in the Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. So all my knowledge comes from the Facebook Messenger, and I don't contribute anything to that group. I just take whatever everyone else puts in.
All right, Senegal, the Lions of Taranga themselves, they did lose 2-0 to the Netherlands initially. Barney, that's your team.
Yes.
However, they did beat Qatar 3-1, presumably knocking them out of the competition.
They must feel proud about that.
As well they should. The Lions of Taranga came true to form. They roared up against the monsters of Qatar.
Raise a glass to freedom.
And soon enough, they're going up against Ecuador tomorrow at 2 a.m. And that's our time currently.
Matt, I've got a question for you.
Hit me, brother.
The Qatar are not the only team that have gone out. There's one more.
Oh, I know.
And you know what it is.
And you know what it is. Is it Saudi Arabia?
No, it's your Canadian
Not
Canadian
the
brothers.
Canucks.
The Canucks are gone.
Not my Canucks.
Canucks
Yeah.
are gone. They're also on 0 points.
happened
They're
to
the
them?
only
the
two
ice
teams.
skates. I knew it. I knew it.
They were told not to wear them.
FIFA gave them the advice in good faith. In good faith.
They
God
still did
damn
it
it.
anyway.
And they had to do a 241 person congressional vote
Boy,
to
did
give
they.
them that advice. Oh, my
It was-
boys, my sweet boys. I thought it was their year.
Yeah.
Well, remember they're doing the next World Cup, so
They are, yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
that's their year, and then they will be able to wear skates.
Yes, finally.
They
But
can
the other
make the
time
teams
rules
to-
then.
at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
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 In
You're about to say I have to go.
Yeah, it looked like you were ready to go.
I have to. Yeah, thanks for that, Matt. I have to go. No, I wanted to read in the wake of that sad news of the Canucks going out, just something I came across on Facebook from the Voyagers Canadian Soccer Supporters Facebook group that came after. Have they not won a game?
Canada have not won a game.
What? I don't understand
that's not
where
good.
this has come from then.
What
Because
have you got?
okay, this is how it goes. This is I won't say the person's name. Alfonso Davies, who plays for Canada, is responsible for putting Canada soccer on the map. Double space, getting commitments,
You're really going out with grammar.
getting commitments from players who had other countries with YS they could have chose comes back to him. Mic drop. No, he is the pillar of the team, and if you want to criticize him for taking a penalty, you are missing the point. Triple space. Canada showed they could ball with the world today. Triple space. They way that the Canadian media were salivating over Kevin De Bruyne, the Belgian media were doing the same over Davies. So some kind of cultural exchange happening there. We must not forget that we have a massive presence on the world stage. Let that sink in. 4.2k likes.
Is that what they wrote? They wrote for
That's how many.
Was their goal?
Does anyone know what that means?
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Can I
As soon as
read
that
it?
started.
Can I read it?
Yeah,
'Cause-
right.
Oh, you did send this through.
Yeah,
This
I
was
thought you
also-
would be
Yeah,
aware.
I saw that.
I
Yeah.
honestly,
did see
I
it.
just saw a picture of this absolutely ripped human.
Yeah.
I did only look at the picture.
I
to be
pretty
honest
much,
with you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
read that literally at all.
Mm,
It's also posted by myself. I will say their name because it's definitely fake.
Yeah.
They've said their name is Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was, I believe, Emperor of Rome in 400 BC.
And he's got a Facebook
Yeah,
page.
yeah. Well, this is one of his meditations.
That is one of his many meditations.
Yeah.
There you go. He's the pillar of the team if you want to criticize. I also like how accurately you can count spaces, Barney. That was really
I'm a
impressive.
hawk for space.
You are a space hawk. over
Space
there.
hawk.
That's what they call it.
That's my nickname. I've been waiting to have a nickname.
And now I own you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, it's like Christmas here.
I mean, R.I.P. to the Canucks. I'm devastated about that.
Well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know,
Mm.
there's always next decade, 4
Next
year. What's a
fortnight.
4-year period?
Next
What's a
fortnight.
4-year period?
4 year.
Year
Next quad.
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 Next
Next
quad.
quad.
Next
Next
quaddy.
Next quad annual.
Yeah,
Quad annual.
we'll get it in the next quad annual. It's all good.
We'll get him in Q16.
Has anyone else been knocked out?
No, they're the only two. There are a lot of teams on 1 point,
Mhm.
and they're
And that's bad.
that's not good.
No.
There's quite a lot, but they could also qualify.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll know in the next day or two
Right.
Yeah.
who's out. Then we'll be going down from what was it? They have eight.
Each
have
have
eight.
Each have eight.
Remember, each have 8 to each have who knows.
Yeah.
To each have any amount.
Each have less than 8.
Each have less than 8.
but someone could still have 8.
Someone might still have 8. If someone still has 8, they're winning.
pretty good.
Yeah, that is good.
Should we make it a competition? Whoever has the most at the end is doing good.
Like, as in who wins?
Who wins, not
Who
just doing
wins
good.
The World Cup?
So, okay, obviously, whoever has the draw on whoever wins the World Cup, they're obviously doing really good.
Yeah, okay.
But also, if you get to the end and one person has like, oh wait, yeah, sorry,
It's
no,
only gonna-
Yeah, this is.
What?
I think it just matters if your team wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that does the math
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you're really going to like the next World Cup because they go up to 48 teams.
Oh heavens!
Yeah.
Which means I think at the moment we've got something like 62 games, something like that. Next World Cup, it's 104 games.
That's gonna mean each have 12.
Mm,
Each have
Each have 12.
yep.
And each have 12.
each have 12, and
Yeah.
then before the round of 16, sorry, before each have
However
something,
many, each have less than 8.
there'll be. I think the round before that is the top 2 teams from each group, and then the 8 best third place teams go in to the next round.
I'm going to need this written down.
Why have they done this?
Yeah, they were also tossing up between doing groups of 3 and having the top 2 go through.
Well, that's just sad for that one
one
team that didn't
team.
make it.
That feels very unfortunate.
Like, imagine if you're from a country that's no good at soccer, New Zealand, and you get in a group with some giants, France, Germany.
Oh, imagine playing up against some giants.
Yeah, exactly.
That's unfair.
Yeah,
Unfair.
It's unfair. It's unfair. Of course, if it was Aussies, if it was our Aussies,
If it was the Roos,
they'd battle their way out.
That'd better work.
Yeah.
If it was Denmark.
they'd get in that triangle
Yeah,
formation.
yeah. I'm so unclear as to how the triangle.
Just watch the next game they play.
Yeah.
You'll see
Yeah.
the triangle.
They will come out straight out.
Yeah.
Of
clowns on a bike in the circus. Is that what you were
No,
kind of
Barney.
describing, like a pyramid?
It's
I'm not going
it's
through this again.
It's 6 people
Yeah.
standing on one. So
So
5
what the-
people standing on one man's shoulders.
The fastest man,
The fastest
striker.
man.
Right.
The striker.
So they're only playing with 7 players as opposed to 11.
Now you
normally.
mustn't forget that 2 of the 2 corners of the triangle are referees.
Our referees.
So they're not
So the
players.
game is mobile.
So
The game is always moving.
Why did you make it so complicated? Like you.
We
opened-
didn't make it complicated. Denmark
It's just
invented
describing
this.
what they do.
Yeah, but you added so many the Stockholm and the running
Yeah.
of the bulls.
It's history. It's all part of the
It's all part
history.
of the
Yeah, right,
history.
cool.
You do some research to go on a podcast and
Yeah.
you get grilled for it.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
usually people sort of like take that research and they distill it into sort of
the
something
most
that
important point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was like a collage of madness.
I'm still just trying to understand why the goalkeeper needs to be fast in this as well.
yeah, yeah. What
Quick hands.
Quick hands. His hands are fast.
He's got to hold on to the quick refs.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's up in between the 2
So they
refs.
need quick refs as well.
They're quick refs.
Well, that's the point.
They're
They're
quick
the
to make
two-
calls.
Yeah, they're quick to
Yeah,
make calls.
yeah, yeah.
They're quick.
That's why they're up there, because the
Okay.
game's happening right then and there. They've got to be close to the action.
Yeah, quick wit. So they're making little gaffes.
Yeah.
That
Very
provides
quick
motivation.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're throwing off, insidious barbs against the other team.
Yeah.
You'll get it when you watch it.
I do wish that they would mic up refs like they do other sports.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Mm.
there's a lot of times where, the refs seem very, very angry and pointing away. But I'd love to hear what they say. And there are some that would have little quick gaffes.
Oh, totally. There'd be some
Yeah.
witty guys out there. I mean, we were talking about some of our favourites last week.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite ref?
I'm pretty partial to Beef, I think.
Oh, Beef. That's that
Um,
man.
I love beef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beef.
That's our Aussie legend, Chris
Aussie
Beef.
battler. Yep.
He'd have some wit, wouldn't he?
Yeah, a larrikin
He-
behaviour.
If he went to a pub, he would burn that place down.
Yeah.
With
With
jokes.
wit.
Yeah, with his
With
wit.
wit.
With his wit.
Yeah,
his
with wit.
And just for gags.
Yeah, and
For
everyone would
gags.
think it was funny and
then-
not be mad about
And then
it.
he heads to the World Cup. Guys, you don't know what I did. I burnt down a pub.
Yeah.
That's what he's yelling about. He's like, I'll burn down your pub. I'll burn down your pub.
Wow.
There is actually the head of the Pierluigi Collina, who I think is the head of FIFA's referees.
Of course, yes.
He was I think he's been the only referee who's been like the cover athlete on a sports game.
Oh, wow.
What does that mean? Cover athlete.
So when FIFA bring out, or Pro Evo, they bring out their new edition of the game, they usually put like the best player in the world on the front cover.
Oh, my God.
And Pro Evo for a few years in a row, for whatever reason, they put him on. And he's just got these huge like googly eyes and like bald head.
Can you show me a picture of him?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture.
I'd love to
Please.
see a
Like a
picture.
Can you please find it
child's
on the
toy.
cover as
Yeah,
well?
because
That
I'd love,
sounds
like,
yeah.
what is this man if he's going on the cover?
incredible. And what a humongous oversight by the person who made that decision to put and I say this as a fan of referees.
Yeah, yeah. Big fan. Biggest fan I know.
They're just not the face of the game.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm
They
sorry.
should be the shadows
They
and the
sh-
sides.
They
You
should
shouldn't
be
even
the
know.
shoulders.
Yeah.
The
of
shoulders.
the triangle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you still feel that way after seeing this?
Yeah. Honestly, I
Is
didn't
that-
expect that at all.
No,
I did not
is
expect
that,
that.
And is that a real picture or a cartoon?
No, it's a real picture, just heavily photoshopped.
I was expecting
I did not expect
like
that.
a FIFA style, just like sort of
Yeah,
a guy,
like in front of like a goal.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and just
slick
like and like
photography.
the angle is low.
I didn't expect to
That's
see
what I
him.
was expecting.
I didn't expect him to see it
Low
in
angle?
action.
A low angle.
either.
Yeah, low angle up.
I didn't think he'd be like.
That's
yeah.
not.
Mm.
I don't think that's
And
right.
look, here we go.
You don't think that's right?
I don't think he's brought up the right photo.
They also did in I think the year after that, they thought, you know what, we better put some players back on the cover. But they thought, well, we still have to have him on there.
What?
Can I ask, why is it always so heavily photoshopped?
To make him look cool, I think.
I am.
You can't actually look at him. It's like if you look at him in the face, you turn to stone.
Oh, so yeah, they've got to put
Yeah,
a filter
yeah,
over it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am losing my mind over this.
Yeah, they put a ref on it.
Why have they done that? What possible clout does this guy have? What does he have on
Yeah,
Pro
what is
Evolution
he?
Soccer, on Konami, or whoever produced this game?
Yeah.
That he could convince them to do that.
Well, I think they always saw themselves as more of like a purist. Or
Oh my
game.
God, he does look like that.
Yeah, he
Voted
does.
The best referee.
But
Sure.
he was an excellent referee, objectively.
Sure.
But I think that Konami went, you know what, we're a purist game. We're not getting caught up in all the fanfare.
Oh, actually,
we're
I-
going to
I
have
don't
the
mind that.
referee on the cover.
You know what? That is neutral.
Yeah.
It's very Swiss.
Switzerland.
Switzerland,
Very
yeah,
Switzerland. Very
it's very
Switzerland.
Very Swiss.
Yeah.
Konami, Swiss company? Definitely not. Definitely not.
Look, my brain is hot, and I reckon it's time to wrap up because I'm like losing. Like as I'm talking, I'm not sure what's coming next at all.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I'm improvising. See what I mean? So thank you very much, Andy and Matt, for being on the podcast again.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for all your
Thank you.
analytical knowledge.
Thank you.
We've got so much more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just a little bit.
If all of our teams don't get kicked out, we're not allowed back on the
Yeah.
Feel free to drop it in the group chat, Indy, and then
Thank-
we can go through it next week.
I'll be dropping a lot of things in the group chat.
Yeah,
Mainly just my own thoughts.
yeah, great. About football or
No, just about everyday life.
yeah, sure.
Meh.
Any topics?
Probably knitting.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, right. I didn't know you knitted.
yeah, I do.
I was going to say this is not football related, but the last hour has not been
No.
remotely
Exactly.
football related. So
You can't call me out now.
Yeah.
My
No.
brain is hot and I can't think.
Yeah, I'm worried that after this podcast, being so sacrilegious about this game, that I'm going to wake up and Pele, the ghost of Pele, is going to be standing over my bed with a big knife.
Oh, man.
Oh, Pele.
I'm
Oh, Pele.
going to ask on mic, did you have any feedback from last week?
Any feedback? Yeah, we did.
yeah,
Yeah.
good job asking on mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him. I asked Barney and he made this face earlier.
it's like, I guess I'm my beat reporter trying to get this.
Yeah. I'm getting it on the record.
This is what I really came here to ask about. today.
Yeah. I want to hear what a person said, so I can either call them out or say thanks.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we had some a nice comment.
Yeah.
Just one?
Well, we had a nice comment on the Discord from
That's nice.
Yeah.
THFC Tex, I think.
THFC text.
Yep. And it was this wonderful episode. Great listen on my flight this morning. Can say it's the best World Cup coverage I've ever listened to, and levels above the analysis I'm getting on my broadcasts in the States.
There you go.
There we
There
go.
you go. Take that, US.
We had a few other listeners saying, "Oh, I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to listen to this," and then didn't comment afterwards. So the
Can't be
jury's
sure.
out on all of them.
Mm.
Jury's out, but you're not always going for laughs. Sometimes you go for smiles.
Yeah.
You know.
You can't hear a smile.
Can't hear a smile.
You can't.
I would be
hear
very-
a smile.
I don't know if I would be happy or sad if after this we got comments saying, "You guys should just keep doing this and not actually like it's better than your shitty footy and like football analysis," or if they like never do that again.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, look, having watched the rise of this podcast as compared to the podcast I did with Barney, which was very similar to this, you guys have done this better. So I suspect. I suspect there will be a sigh of relief when it returns to regularly scheduled programming.
I'm never going back.
Barney's doing a humidity podcast.
Yeah, I'm
That's
doing a
right.
humidity podcast
Next week in a sauna.
Next week. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Let's have a schwitz.
Ooh, Schwitz. Thank you for listening. Dan, any final words?
Come on, you Socceroo.
Yeah.
Go Denmark.
It's coming
Go
home.
Denmark. Triangle.
Bye for now.
Bye.